Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Thanks for stopping by today. We're going to take a mid-June walkabout in the garden, and the pool is open today. Yay! Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in the garden. This is actually the second time I'm filming this, so I know I'm going to mess it up. My finger was in the video almost the entire time. I was going to leave it, but it looks so bad, so I'm redoing it. Anyway, here we go. So you can see the hostas right here. This is that rock garden area. For those of you who know me, this is that area that we're in, and this plant right here I overwinterized, and it looked kind of sad, and it is coming back. And P.S. we haven't had rain here in like 30 days, and yesterday we were supposed to get a heavy thunderstorm. Didn't happen. And we also experienced that crazy smoke from Canada, and I don't know if that had any kind of effect on the plants. I was away while that happened, so I don't know. Well, hopefully not. Marigolds right in here, as well as a sweet potato vine right there that I actually saved from last year. That's probably 2 years old. I used to have 6 of them, and that I'm down to the last one. I don't know why, but I'm happy that that one did bloom. Right here you can see my grandmother's violets that I took from our house, and I brought it to the beach house, and then from the beach house I brought some here, and now it's beginning to spread out, and I want it all in this area right here. I know it's aggressive, but I love it. It reminds me of her, and I'm looking forward to seeing that all filled in with that. Here's another container that I have with the marigolds in it. It has a canna lily. This one has the green leaves, which means it has the orange flower, and also this lily right here, which grew on its own. And there's a vinca vine right there, which I dug up from the side of the shed, and I planted it in that container. There's some irises that I just moved in this year. They'll look much better next year. This is a diplodenia right here, and this right here is a sedum. Now, I bought 2 plants yesterday from Home Depot. They were $13 a piece, so one of them I actually divided into 3. I put a piece of it here and 2 other pieces in the front, and they're very resilient, so I shouldn't have a problem with that coming back. Lily of the Valley, it spreads like crazy. It is very aggressive, and I like it in this area, but it is very aggressive. If you want a ground cover that moves quickly, that's the one to pick. Here we have a lavender topiary. You can see the flowers are basically spent. I trimmed off all the other ones. I still have this one to take off, and this one right here, so that it sends strength back into the plant. You know, every time you leave flowers and the plant puts all its energy into making seeds from there, and you don't want that to happen, because you want, to get the biggest bang you can from your plant. This is basil right here. We use a lot of that in our cooking, and you can see I added Italian parsley in each side right here. We use a lot of parsley as well. I also planted the parsley in this container as well, because I did that. I put it in a few different places, because as the season progresses, what happens is some of it wanes, some of it does better. So I trying to cover my bases as much as I can. I also stuck some Lily of the Valley in that pot right there, and it keeps it contained. If you're wondering why my bird bath has no water in it, there's a hole in it somewhere, and I have to figure out how I'm going to fix that. And here we have another canna lily. This is the burgundy leaf one, which means that the flowers on this one will be orange. This area right here, you can see my makeshift trellis that I just made yesterday, and I planted my beans in there. These are spaghetti string beans, and they are absolutely delicious. MaryAnn makes them for me with tomato sauce and garlic, and I love them, and they will climb up here and completely cover this entire area. And there's another parsley that I stuck right there. Now over here, what I did was I had this Virginia creeper growing on its own, and I know you're saying, oh, Those are horrible, and yep, they grow all over the place. But what I'm trying to do is I'm going to see how I like it. I put in this leader line right here, and I'm going to see if I can, just, train it to come up here and see how it looks. I might be building an arch over this fence, and I don't know. I might dig it out. Who knows? Next time you see it, it could be gone. Okay, so here we are in this corner. I'm in the yard right now, and I have like a little lily farm going on right here. These are all little stragglers that I found, and I put them all in one place so that they can gain strength and grow. More parsley that I planted in the ground this time. I had an extra bulb of the Cana lily, and I stuck it right back there, and you can see that growing. Here is some more basil right here. These are peppers. They are called Cubanelles, or Italian people call them Italianils. They are like those green peppers. They're 4, 5, 6 inches long, the thin ones. And MaryAnn stuffs them, and she uses them in with eggs and potatoes, and it's just great. And here are my tomato plants. I only have 5 this year, and I think that's going to be enough. And I already have my cages in place, as well as this metal thingy right there to give it support. Tomato plants do not want to really grow upright. They want to grow flat. So I have to train them to stay upright to keep them as neat as possible. The key to getting good tomato plants is to constantly keep building up the soil around the bottom, because they like a lot of, that creates a lot of roots for them. Actually, I read that it would be even good to plant your tomato plants horizontal in the ground and just leave a little piece up so that the whole thing becomes very, root bound, but didn't do it. Here is my hostas, again, looking very lush. My lilies, which are absolutely tremendous this year, and they are becoming filled with flowers, which is absolutely great. I'm really happy about that. I got worried yesterday when I heard that we were going to have a thunderstorm, because I figured wind is involved in that. They were all going to topple over. So I took pictures of them yesterday, but thank God that did not happen. That is a snake plant that my friend gave me, and I'm really sad because it's sad. I'm hoping that it's going to come back. Because he'll be upset if he knows that it's not doing well, and I'm a little upset about it. Here are some irises. If you saw them in the spring, beautiful. They're deep, deep purple. Here is another lavender topiary plant right here, and again, I trimmed all the spent flowers off of it. And you can see I have a variety in here of the ornamental grasses, boxwoods, euonymus, iris. I also planted another basil here because same story. I want to, give it different places that possibly it may do better as the season progresses and changes. Big hostas right here. More of the grass. I'm avoiding saying it because those of you that know me know I say it wrong all the time, and so many of you were so kind to send it to me phonetically, but I forgot. I wanted to write it on the back of my palm so that I would say it right and not be a fool, but I forgot to write it on the back of my palm. So there you go. There is another one of those sedum that I just got in Home Depot yesterday right there. This was the whole container I planted right in there. Take a look at these beautiful urns. Dracaena that I had overwinterized, and here I have the shades of purple petunias and the marigolds. Key to this is always go in, pinch off the dead marigolds so the strength doesn't go into making seeds. Go in and pinch off the dead petunias so that you don't get these big long scraggly plants. Also this year, for those of you that just stumbled on me, I just did this right here. I have this white rocks and brown rocks. They used to have grass back here, and I took it all out because it was a pain with the pool. So I have the rocks. But I have a lot of plants, but it's better than the grass. But what I did this year to add a little bit more interest between the white and the brown and stop the spillage is I put in these 4x4s right here. So I have 4x4s and then some rocks, and then 4x4 and some rocks, and then some more 4x4s like that. Anything to create interest and variety so that your eye has a place to dance from thing to thing rather than just stagnant where everything looks exactly the same. And then I put some stone crop right in there, which is another sedum, and then the coral bells right there. Just opened the pool today. More work coming up, but we love it. And yeah, so it's a little cloudy because we just opened up at 10 o'clock this morning. Here is, see like this one right here. I have to go in there and take that off because we don't want that taking the strength from the plant. I see some of the petunias too. So you just go right in there and you pinch it off like that so that it doesn't waste any strength. And it's like a daily thing, because I was just here yesterday doing this and I'm seeing them right now, but that's what it is. I like to do it really early in the morning. It's very relaxing and cooler and just a nice way to spend the morning. This whole area I also did as well geraniums that I winterized. Take a look, they're just starting to bloom. Okay, and I did this whole area right in here as well. I have the vinca and then the catmint, some sedum that I had. I divided more coral bells, more of that creeping sedum, the alyssum, and I have some rocks from the excavation site and some of the 4x4s that I added again for interest. I like the combination of the rocks and the 4x4s. This walkway I just put in this year, and with the creeping stone crop sedum in the cracks, which MaryAnn calls weeds. And again, I repeated this area with the vinca, the coral bells, and the sedum. Beautiful container right here with the canna, with the burgundy leaves, which get the orange flowers, the diplodenia, and the marigolds. I just picked up these Boston ferns from Home Depot yesterday. They were $20 a piece, and I wanted them for the front porch, but it says that they do not like afternoon sun, and afternoon sun is at the front porch. Let me back up without falling in the pool so you can take a look at. I think I like them there. They're really pretty and they'll get afternoon shade. And then on this side I have another container with the canna. This time this is the red flower because it has the green leaf, the diplodenia, and the marigolds. And then down in here I have again the vinca, and look, there's a flower there. Okay, it has the purple flowers as well. The alyssum with the yellow flowers and some of the grass. Another one of the lavender topiaries. And then this area I reimagined this year as well. I had these stacking stones right here. They used to go up against the house. I stretched them out. I added in black mulch, hostas. I divided some sedum that I already had. These are irises that I've had, and I just divided them and they spread across the back. Some more of the catmint to repeat that story. My grandmother's violets that hopefully it'll make a nice long border all across here. And this area right here, I also put this walkway in this year so that it would make it easier for me to get behind the filter. And I have to do something in this area I'm just not 100% sure I want. And then I added this in as well, 4x4s to repeat the story. Euonymus, diplodenia, some sedum, and whatnot. And I just built this little bench that I have underneath the trellis, which isn't done yet. Hopefully it will be. And I'm going to sit right here and admire all the work that I've been doing back here. And boy, have I done a lot this year. I've really done a lot of work. I was assessing it today and thinking, wow, pretty proud of myself. I did a lot. Okay. Pool's starting to clear up. Okay, so here we come. Let's see. Oh, let me show you over here. I have some plants in pots right here. I have more basil right here. And then over here, I put some more parsley. Look how nice and big those leaves are. I put some in the pot. Here, MaryAnn can come right out the back door and take some in for cooking. This was looking really sad, and it's coming back, knock on wood. I put a hosta in there as well as a violet, and this petunia grew all on its own, and there's a diplodenia in there as well. These are the elephant ear plants, and the leaves are upright, so I think it's called alocasia. I hope I'm giving you the right information. And then the vinca that I dug out from the side of the shed because it's growing wild there. A marigold that I winterized, and another diplodenia that I winterized. Another elephant ear, same story, diplodenia and vinca. Look how nice and big that vinca is getting on its own. An ornamental grass that I pulled out from where the trellis is, and I'm growing it in that pot. And then that is a dracaena back there, that spike plant that was growing off the side of one of those urns, and I just stuck it in water for like a month, and now it's in dirt and it seems to be doing okay. These were scraps from that sedum that I just bought yesterday, so I just stuck them in the dirt because they're really resilient and they come back, and I'm thinking that's going to grow into another plant for me. Okay, let's go around the front. All right, so here we are in the front, and I just planted this urn up. I have some diplodenia in there. I put that in there last week, and then I have some of that sedum in there, and I love that color. I can't think of the name of it right now. That light green color against the darker green, and then I have those same shades in this barberry as well as in the euonymus, so it has a very like fresh kind of a look. I also have this urn right in here, which I repeated that same story. I added in a piece of the sedum that broke off from yesterday and some more diplodenia. For those of you that don't know me, I also did work in the front this year as well as in the back. I'm still in the process, but Home Depot was having a sale, 4 for $1 on these bricks. I couldn't pass it up, so I decided to edge out my lawn area right here. If you're noticing, my lawn is getting brown. It has not rained here in over a month, any measurable rain, and I was away last week in the Caribbean, and just didn't get any water, and it burnt quickly, but I will get it back soon. This is an azalea, and you can see it's flowering now, and the flowers are sparse because I think the azalea is suffering. I have to get some Miracle Grow for azaleas because azaleas like acidic soil, and the soil here is not acidic. So I mean, it's doing okay, but it after I get done with the Miracle Grow, it will rebound very nicely. Just got these yesterday at Home Depot. These 2 containers. I love this, like this fern plant. Look how fine those are. I don't know what kind it is. If somebody knows, please let me know. And some diplodenia right here, and I bought 1 for each side. I'm not going crazy on the porch this year with stuff. I don't know, I just like it a little bit more simple because then they take center stage and they just look so beautiful. My walkway, I have to power wash it. I might share that with you. It just got so dirty over the winter. And another urn with some diplodenia. This area right here, I highlighted with white rocks. I changed from the gravel to the white rocks, and I have my lavender plants in here, and I think this area looks really pretty. It makes them stand out a little bit more. Spiral juniper, sand cherry, barberry. This is an azalea, the topiary juniper. This is a Taxus yews. That is another juniper. That's all one plant. All those balls is just one plant. And the barberry here, which grew into a hedge as we turn around and go up the side of the house into the shady area right here. This, if you remember from the spring, it kind of looked really brown. That's a big boxwood that came back. That's about 4 feet tall. And here, this was a dwarf Alberta spruce that decided to become a full-blown fir tree. And you can see all the pine cones which are beginning to form on here as well. Here, this is what it looked like. It used to look like this Alberta spruce. It still has some brown in it, but the green is coming back. You know, the wind whips down here and it makes the plant get a little bit brown over the winter. You can see the grass on this side over here as well is greener because it's a lot more shady. But that's what happens in the summer heat. Okay, now this area I also outlined with the bricks, and I'm in the process of working out here. I'm adding color, and I'm going to add some interest. Take a look. There's a mint, and I know people are going, oh no, those are so aggressive. But you know what? I know they are, but it'd be great if it fills in this area. And it has a great memory for both me and MaryAnn. It reminds me of my grandmother's yard. She had a lot of mint. She used to make her iced tea using the mint. And MaryAnn's father always used to have a piece of mint behind his ear in the summer. So right now it's kind of looking dry in here, but hopefully I can share that project with you once I decide exactly what I'm going to be doing in there. My beautiful Japanese maple tree, so beautiful, and my beautiful bird's nest blue spruce tree, and it is absolutely big. I planted that when it was a baby. Okay, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed that little tour today of my mid-June garden, and please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It helps my videos get out there. They're just not getting out there. And drop me a comment. You know I love hearing from you, and I hope you're all doing well, and I will be seeing you really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.